Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Welcome back, or just welcome if you're new here. So glad you're here. Either way, whether you're new or not. But today we're going to be talking about what I could possibly be reading in February. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all these books that I have planned for myself because the winter thriller-a-thon will also be happening this month in February, which I am super excited about. It will be starting on February 15th through the 23rd. I believe that's what the dates are. I think it's a 10-day challenge, or a 10-day readathon. So I also have a separate TBR for that because I don't know, once again, I don't know if I'll get to all the challenges of the readathon, but I have a book for every challenge just to sort of set like a goal for myself. But if I can't, I can't. Just for the fun of it. I like to have a book for every challenge if I can. I just think it's fun, and I like to show y'all different books for each challenge. But anyway, I thought I will do that. That'll be a separate video. That'll be coming very soon, so keep an eye out for that. But I will put the original announcement video down below if you want to go check that out and see what it's all about. It's going to be played. It's like a little chart. I'll try to find it and put it up right here so you can see what it looks like. But it's like a bingo board, but this time we're doing like a clue bingo board. I'll talk more about that in that video, but for now, let's discuss some books that I would really like to get to in February if I possibly can. So February is the month of love. It is Valentine's month. Aside from maybe one or two, I thought I would do a little bit of romance this month, I guess. So first up on my list is Arctic Sun by Annabeth Albert. In December, I read Arctic Heat, which is actually the third book in this series. This is a Frozen Hearts novel, little series. It consists of 3 books. This is the first one, Arctic Sun. You can read them out of order. You can read them on its own. You don't have to read the whole series. They're totally different, but I know that there's some references to some of the characters in like the last book. Since I read book 3, at the end, the author had like a little note. I always read the author's notes. I don't know why. I just like reading them. But she did mention that there were some little cameo appearances from the books before. So that just got me interested. Of course, I wanted to read them anyway. But when I got Arctic Heat, that was the only one at my Barnes & Nobles at the time. And when I went back, they had both the other 2 books. So of course, I picked both of them up. So I'm going to start off with the first one, Arctic Sun. This one involves an ex-military man and a rock star. He's a supermodel. So Griffin is our ex-military mountain man, it says, and he likes his solitude. It keeps him from falling back into his old habits, which were bad habits. And then Rivervale is our supermodel who is coming to Alaska to, it just says River has his own methods of coping. Chasing adventure means always moving forward. Nothing ever made River want to stand still until Griffin. So it's a story of these two men finding each other in the Alaskan wilderness and falling in love, I guess. I love Annabeth Albert's writing. She's one of my favorite male romance authors. She has a great series called Out of Uniform. It is like a military man male romance series. I absolutely love that series. And I loved Arctic Heat, so of course I wanted to go back and read the other 2 in this little series. Next, I thought I'd read the Bromance book club, or put it on my list anyway. Don't know if hopefully I'll get to it. I've been wanting to read this. This just sounds fascinating to me. A romance from a male perspective. I just love that idea. So we have, let's see, I think he's it says Nashville Legends second baseman Gavin Scott. His marriage is in a major league trouble. So we have a baseball player who has apparently is struggling in his marriage. He recently discovered a humiliating secret. His wife, Thea, has always faked the big O. That's not always good for a guy. So anyway, he forms this bromance book club for him and like his buddies to read romances and learn how to put that fire back into their relationships with their women. I just thought it was fascinating and interesting, and again, you get it from a male's perspective. I just love that idea. So hopefully I get to this one because I really do want to read this one. Next up, I have Swipe Right for Murder. This isn't exactly a romance. I know it does deal with like dating apps, so I thought it would be fun, and there's some pink on the cover. I don't know, but I've been wanting to read this. I'm just giving myself an excuse to pick it up, actually. But this is by Derek Millman. It says it's a James Patterson Presents. I believe it is a young adult because it in the inside cover it does say Aiden is a 17 years old and he tries to hook up with someone new. But on the back it says, a hookup turned deadly, hunted by the FBI, targeted by a murderous cult, accused of cyber terrorism, increasingly irritated text from his best friend, eye contact with a nice looking guy on a train. It just sounds fun and interesting, and it's LGBTQ, so there we go. And then I thought I'd put this one on my TBR for February. This is All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood. This is borrowed from my friend Debbie. She assures me I'm going to love this book. I have been avoiding this book because I heard it had like child abuse and maybe rape involved in there. But she assures me it's not what I think. She assures me I'm going to love it. So I have put my trust in her and I am going to give it a go. It does involve like an unlikely romance. And I know that she gave me like a little briefing on it. I know that there's like a young girl who has like a troubling upbringing, I guess. Her father is a drug lord, maybe. I don't know if that's correct, but I know he has like a meth lab and he makes meth. Her mother is an addict. So she's basically taking care of herself as well as like taking care of her mother. But she sort of befriends one of her father's drug dealers, like one of the guys that goes out and, you know, sells the drugs. I don't know if he does them himself. I don't know if he's a drug addict or not, but they sort of befriend each other. And I believe that relationship sort of blooms. But Debbie assures me I'm gonna really like it, and the way she described it to me, it does sound really good, and like I think I'm really going to enjoy it. But one of the things I wanted to do this year in 2020, I didn't make a 2020 goals video, but there are things that are sitting in my mind that I would like to do this year. I have a whole stack of books that Debbie has loaned me, so I'd really like to get those read this year and give those back to her, because I don't like having anyone's possessions, whether it be books or something else. But I think starting like, well, with this month, I'm gonna be reading this one, but also starting next month, I'm gonna be pulling books out of like a jar. I think I'm like gonna write the names of the books down, put them in a jar, and pick one a month to read. That way I can get that stacked down and get that read. I don't like having, like I said, I just don't like having that. And she gave them to me because she thought I would like them, and I really want to read them. So we're gonna start off February with the last one that she gave me because it just sounds really, really good. And it does have to do with a romance, whether it be an unlikely one or not. Last but definitely not least, we have The Other People by CJ Tudor. This was on my most anticipated reads for 2020. So excited to read this. So I'm sure you all know out there in the booktube world that Kayla from Books and Lala has a book club for us, a thriller book club called the Literally Dead Book Club. I'll put that video announcing her book club down below if you want to check that out if you haven't heard, but I'm sure you've heard. But this is the first book we'll be reading in February, and I'm really, really excited about it because this is one of the ones I really couldn't wait to get to. So CJ Tudor wrote The Chalk Man, which I loved. And I believe she has another book, The Hiding Place or something like that, that I also want to check out. I saw it was on Book Outlet, so I might have to make an order. I don't want to read too much into it because I'm already hearing a lot about it on BookTube. Our character Gabe is driving home one night, and I believe he worked late or something like that, and he's stuck behind a rusty old car, and he sees a little girl's face appear, and she mouths one word, Daddy, and he never sees her again. So from my understanding, he pretty much goes on the hunt for his lost child. Years have passed. I believe his wife goes missing as well. But years have passed and he is still on the hunt. And I believe there are some other characters involved, maybe some back characters. I think we might get a little bit of some timelines here. Or just different perspectives, maybe just different perspectives, because there is a woman that knows what happened to his wife and daughter. But that's all I know. That's all I know, and that's all I want to read into. It sounds fascinating, and I cannot wait to get to it. I think I might be doing a reading vlog with this. I think that'll be fun. I was going to take it to Disney with me. I'll get to that in a minute. But I decided I wanted it to be kind of fresh in my mind for when Kayla and Gabby do their talk about it at the end of the month. I want it to sort of be fresh in my mind when I watch that and hopefully participate in it. So I think I'm gonna wait till we get back from Disney and start like a reading vlog on reading this book. So stay tuned for that. Disney, Michael and I will be leaving this Wednesday. When this goes up, it'll be Tuesday. I'm filming this on Sunday, but this will go up on Tuesday, the February 4th. And so the following day on the 5th, we will be leaving for Disney, and we'll be there until the following Monday. So today is filming day. I'm trying to get all my videos ready to go out for y'all. But if you don't have a video from me up on Thursday, my apologies. I'm gonna do my best to get it up. We have pretty much a busy schedule while we're there. We're there for a cheerleading competition for our local high school. My niece is a cheerleader, and we're going to Disney to watch her compete in all the in the finals. There's the Worlds, and then there's the finals, Worlds, and I don't. There's like 3 categories. But anyway, we have a busy schedule, so I don't know if I'll be able to get a video up on Thursday for y'all. I will try my hardest. But if I don't get it up Thursday, you know me, I'm gonna have 3 videos up the next week. But I will do my best to get it up for y'all. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing this week. And of course, I'm gonna be taking some books with me. I'm probably just gonna take one book, one hardback book with me to read while we driving. Up there, Michael and I drive. He's not a flyer. But it's an easy drive. It's estimated like 12 hours, 11 or 12 hours, but we usually make it in like 10 and a half. We don't make a lot of stops. We might stop and eat like lunch, and that's about it. But I pack snacks and all that stuff, and he's got his little sunflower seeds, but we usually make it there in about 10 and a half hours. But anyway, I'm probably going to be bringing my Nook with me as well, because we leave very, very early. We're planning on leaving for like 3:30. We usually hit around the 4 o'clock mark when we do go to Disney. So it's still dark when we leave, so I like to have my Nook with me and read from there. And then once the daylight comes, I'm just much prefer to have an actual book in my hands. So I don't know what I'm gonna bring with me. I think I might possibly bring this one or this one. I don't know. I don't know which one I'm gonna bring. These are the 2 that I really want to get to very quickly because I'm really anticipating them. So I don't know which one I'm gonna bring, but it's gonna be either one of these 2. I will fill you in on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, come follow me there. That's where I will be for while we're in Disney. I'll be posting pictures and posting stories. So definitely come and follow me there. I'll be giving you updates on everything that we're doing. I was gonna bring my camera and vlog, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. That's just gonna be too much. Plus we're mainly gonna be there for cheer. I don't know if we're gonna have a lot of time in the parks. So yeah, I'll let y'all know on the Instagram which one of these will be coming with me. And as far as my Nook reads, I have a couple on there already. Yes, I have 2 on there that could be possibilities. One is Drowning with Others. I'll put a picture of it here. This is by Linda Keir. I don't know anything about this book. It was part of Amazon like first reads. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can have access to like their it's called first reads, and you get them for free every month. All you got to do is like go look for, or just Google Amazon first reads, and it'll bring you right to it, and you just subscribe to it if you're a Prime member, and you subscribe to it, and then they'll every month at the beginning of the month they will email you what all the first reads are. So that's how I got this book as well as the next one. So I don't really remember what any of these books are about. I do remember they sounded good at the time. I'll read a little bit on like about this book. It says, they have the perfect marriage. Did one of them kill to get it? Prep school sweethearts Ian and Andy Copeland are envied by everyone they know. They have successful businesses, a beautiful house in St. Louis, and their eldest daughter Cassidy is following in their footsteps. When Cassidy's journalism class begins investigating the death, Ian and Andy's high school secrets rise to the surface. I'm not reading the whole thing. That's just a little bit, a tidbit of the synopsis. So that sounds really good. And then the other book I was possibly looking at, Here to Stay by Mark Edwards. A beautiful home, a loving wife, and in-laws to die for. It says Gemma and Elliot marry and settle into their home. When Gemma asks if her parents could come live with them for a few weeks, of course he obliges. Her sister comes as well. She's a mysterious young woman who refuses to speak or leave her room. Elliot starts to suspect that the Robinsons are hiding a dark secret. Again, it's a long synopsis, so I'm just kind of reading little tidbits. It sounds kind of mysterious and suspenseful. So I don't know which one I'm going to start off with. Again, I will let y'all know on Instagram what I'll be reading on my Nook. Well, this isn't my Nook, but I'll probably be taking my Nook with me, or maybe just read from my phone, although it takes a lot of battery, so we'll see. We'll see what I take, but it'll be one of those two. So that's it for this February TBR. Like I said, that is a lot of books to try to get to, especially when I have the Thriller-a-thon coming upon me that I will definitely be doing. I have another stack for y'all for that. So I doubt I'm able to get to all these books, but it's just fun to me to have like a little personal monthly goal. If I can't do it, it's okay. I just drag them over to the next month maybe. What will you all be reading in February? Any good romances out there? Any good male romances that you would like to recommend to me? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, my social medias will be linked down there as well. Like I said, definitely come follow me on Instagram if you want to follow along with our little Disney trip. You don't have to. I'm just letting you know if you want to follow along with us. But thank y'all so much for watching. As always, I'll have all these books linked down below if you want to check them out for yourself. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.